You have already joined us here. A very good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well and your preparations are going good too. Well, today's session, as you know, is again based on most expected questions in your upcoming RBI Grade B examinations. So this is the fifth session, guys, right, in this particular series. So, chalo, let's quickly start this session here. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well here. So, chalo, let's have a look at the different types of questions that we have taken for today. But before that, I hope everybody has already downloaded the app for Oliveboard and also you must have subscribed to the official channel of Oliveboard. नहीं किया है तो जल्दी से कर लो, ठीक है? तो चलो let's quickly have a look at the first question. The first question is there on your screen. Quickly have a look at it and let's see how this particular question is to be done. Okay, let's check. Chalo, try this out. एंड आई होप एवरीबडी हैज ऑलरेडी लाइक द सेशन. तो सेशन को अगर अभी तक लाइक नहीं किया है तो जल्दी से लाइक भी कर दो. एंड यस, गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चंस गाइस. ठीक है, ये जो क्वेश्चन दे रखा है, दिस इज अ वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन एरिया, flats and floors with area that you have to find, that is the number of rooms you have to find for each of the flats. Okay, so we'll understand this particular concept, that how these questions are to be done. Good morning, Jayati. So chalo, let's try it out, right? Let's do one thing. Let's try to complete this together and see that how this particular question is to be done. So you can see that there are three floors in this building, such that the floors has two flats. Every floor has two flats, flat A and B. Ground floor of the building is numbered 1, then 2, and then 3, right? So you can see that the building structure is something like this. This is ground floor, this is first floor, this is your second floor. So three floors each, and the floors have, each of the floors has two flats, right? Um Yes, absolutely, Jayati. We will be covering all the types of questions, right? Specifically, right now we have not divided into topic wise here, but again, we will be having topic wise sessions as well. Right now, we are having most expected questions, but you will see that all sorts of questions will be covered in this particular type of examination, right? Badger, very good morning. Good morning, everybody. So you can see that there are three different floors here, and every floor has two flats. This is your flat A, and this is your flat B. Now it is given that is all the flats are one above another, right? So you can see that flat A of floor 2 is immediately above flat A of floor 1, and similarly 3 is immediately above flat A of floor 2, right? So you can see that they are in the same column. Now, similarly, it is given flat B is towards the east of A. That means flat B is the right one and flat A is the left one here. Minimum number of rooms in each flat is 2. So, there cannot be any flat which has only one room. Minimum number of rooms in every flat has to be at least 2. Okay, there should be at least 2 rooms in each of the flats. Also, it is given that the total area of the flat has to be 276. That means all these 6 rooms, all these 6 flats have a total area of 276. Okay. And these 276 have to be divided into certain number of rooms. We do not know how many rooms does the flat have. That we will have to find out. Now, how do we use that? How do we find the number of flats in here? We will be using one particular formula, that is number of rooms. Okay, let's say if we have to find number of rooms is going to be equal to total area. Okay, total area of the flat divided by area of one room, isn't it? Because let's say if we have a particular flat here, okay, and we know that this flat is divided into x number of same number or same area room. So this is x, this is x, this is x, this is also x, right? Let's say we have divided this particular complete area into 4 different rooms, such that each of the rooms has same area. So you can understand that the number of rooms will be equal to how much? It will be total area divided by area of one room. That is, whatever is the total area, you divide it by x to get the number of rooms in here, because the maximum number of rooms can be total divided by room of 1, area of 1. Okay. So you can see this is the particular formula that we will be using here. Also, it is given that no two flat has equal number of rooms. Okay, so let's say if one flat has 5 rooms, another should not have 5 rooms, right? So the number of rooms in the flat has to be distinct in nature. Okay, so let's draw one more in case we require it. Right now, we do not know whether we require it or not. Let's stay on the safer side and draw the two things. Okay. So chalo, let's try it out now. I hope everybody is clear with this particular formula, that we have to use this formula here. Okay. Now let's see what is given here. Number of rooms in any flat is a natural number. That means you cannot have 3.5 rooms in total, right? So 3.5 BHK, that's not allowed here. Okay. So we have 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 5 rooms, 100 rooms, but it has to be a natural number. It cannot be a decimal or integral value here. Okay. Now what is given? The total number of rooms in flat A of all the floors is 12. Okay. So that means the sum of all these rooms has to be 12 in here. That is, whatever this and this value is there. So flat A has to be 12 in value. Like let's say this is A, B and C, number of rooms here. So A plus B plus C has to be equal to 12. Okay. After that, what is given? The number of rooms in flat B of first floor. So what is flat B of first floor? That is this one, right? This flat we are talking about, flat B of first floor, is one more than the number of rooms A in flat A of second floor. So flat A of second floor. That means, let's say if this is x here, this has to be x plus 1, isn't it? Because it is saying the number of rooms in flat B of first floor is one more than the number of rooms in flat A of second floor. So that means if this is 5 here, this should be 6. So if this is x, this will be x plus 1. Okay. Now area of each room in flat B of third floor. So flat B of third floor, that means we are talking about this one here, is equal to the number of rooms in flat B of second floor. That means, let's say if this is Y, this also has to be Y, right? So the number of rooms here, not number of rooms, sorry, the area of each room in here, the area of each room in flat B of third floor. So we are, let's write it down like this. Okay, so what is being said here, the area of, right, be careful, it's not the number of rooms which is same, the area has to be same as number of rooms. So the area of each room in flat B of third floor, so whatever is this area here, right, it has to be same as the number of rooms in here, isn't it? You can see the area of each room in flat B of third floor is equal to the number of rooms in flat B of second floor. Okay, Sapna, very good morning. Now, after that, it is given the number of rooms in flat A of first floor is 6. Okay. So, flat A first floor is 6. That means you can see this is 6 here. If this is 6, that means the sum of these two has to be 6. Why? Because we know that there has to be 12 rooms in total in this particular column, right? That was known. So you can understand that either it is 1 plus 5 or maybe 2 plus 4. It cannot be 3 plus 3, isn't it? It cannot be 3 plus 3 here for this one, because no two flats should have same number of rooms. So either it has to be a combination of 1 room and 5 room, or it has to be a 2 room and 4 room here. Okay, let's try. आगे देखते हैं what is given. The area of each room in flat A of third floor is thrice the area of each room in flat B of second floor. Okay, so that means we are saying the area of each room in flat A of third floor, that is particularly this, right? We are talking about this here. So the area of each room in flat A of third floor is thrice as the area of flat B of second floor. That means it is thrice of this one here, right? So let's say if the area is here X, then the area here will be 3 times of that one. Okay, we'll check. After that, there were prime number of rooms in flat B of third floor, but not 3. Okay, so you can see here what we are saying here. Flat B, there are prime number of rooms in flat B of third floor, but not 3. So it can be 5, it can be 7. Prime number of rooms we do not know right now, so we will check that later. So you can see this is the complete information that we have right now. So now you can see the only hint which we can utilize here is this one, right? That is, how do we divide this A here, right? Division of A now becomes important. That is whether it should be 1 plus 5 or 5 plus 1. Let's say if we take this as 5 here and this as 1. Okay, let's say if we take this as 5. So what can this be a possible value for 5 here? Because if this is number of rooms is equal to 5, that means total area has to be 276 by 5. This will give you the area of one room, isn't it? Now you can see here that 5 is not a possibility, isn't it? 276 by 5, this is not giving you a number which is a decimal value, right? It is giving you a value which is decimal in nature. So 5 comma 1 is not a possibility, right? You can see that 5 rooms in here is not possible, isn't it? So 5 rooms, is it possible anyways? No, because you can see 276 is not a multiple of 5 here. So that means 1 comma 5 is not a possibility, hence it has to be 2 comma 4, right? Now you will need to understand that how do we divide this 2 comma 4, whether this is 2, this is 4, or whether this is 4, this is 2. Okay, so let's understand. Let's say if we take this as 4, okay, let's say if this is 4 here, so that means 276 by 4. What will be the area here? In this particular case, what will be the area? You can see 4, 6 are 24, right? 36, 69. So you can see, yes, this is a possibility that the area here is 69. And because it is thrice of this, that means it has to be 23 here, isn't it? Because we know the area here is thrice of this particular area. Now, if this is 23, can we have, let's say, 276 by 23? What is the value here by 276 by 23? Does it give a value which is decimal, or whether it gives you a natural number? 276 by 23. Do we have a value here? Anybody? Do we get any value which is complete whole number? क्या ये whole number दे रहा है 276 by 23? Is it? Let's say we have 230 plus 46, right? That is 6, 7, this is 12. right? So you can see, yes, this gives us a value which is 12 in nature, right? So you can see 12 mil sakta hai. So this is giving us a value which is completely whole number, right? So that means it's a possibility here. So yes, it is possible that we have 4 in here, right? That is, this is your 4 and this is your 2, right? Similarly, we can have, let's say, 2 here and 4 here. So these are the two possibilities. If we have, let's say, 2 here, okay, and in this case 69 is here, area is 69, that means this has to be how much? By 3, because this was thrice, so we have taken 23 here. 23 into 3 is 69. So what is the number of rooms? You can see that's coming as 12 here. Similarly, in this particular case, 276 by 2. What is 276 by 2 here? What will be the number area here? You can see if we have 2 rooms in here, this is 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, and 2 8. So you can see the area is 138, isn't it? That means area has to be how much here? 138 by 3. That is equal to 3 fours are 12 and 1 8, that is 49, isn't it? So we will have 49, area is 49 in here, isn't it? So area here will be 49. Now let's say if we have 49 an area, so can we have 276 by 49? Is that a particular value? Is that a decimal value or an integral value? 276 by 49. Let's see. 7 sevens are 49. Is it a multiple of 7 here? 7 threes are 21 and 66, right? So 66 is not a value. That means no, this is not giving us an integral value. That means this case is invalid here and this will be the valid case. I hope everybody is clear till here. Okay. Now it is known here that this has to be x plus 1. X plus 1 means whatever is here, it has to be, if this was x, this has to be x plus 1, right? So if this is 2 here, that means this has to be 3, isn't it? So this will be 3 here. So ye kitna aa jayega? This will be 3. Okay? So we'll write down 3 rooms in here. This is your 3. Okay. Now we have to find the number of rooms in here. What was given about this particular area? It was given that area of this particular room has to be equal to number of rooms in here. That means you can see there are 12 rooms in here. That means area has to be 12 for this particular one. So if it is 12, that means how many rooms will be there? There will be 23 rooms in here, isn't it? So you can see this is going to be the final answer here. And similarly, you can see there were prime number of rooms in flat B of third floor, but not 3. So you can see 23 is a prime value here. Okay. I hope we are clear with this particular question, guys. Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Everybody clear with this particular type of question? That is, how do we use this? सबको समझ में आया कि नहीं? Please बताइएगा. Everybody clear? So you can see this particular formula has to be used here. That is, number of rooms is equal to total area divided by area of one room. Okay. Clear? Chalo. Next question, very quickly on your screen. I'll remove myself from the screen so that you can see the complete question here. Chalo jaldi se try kariye. Make a playlist of this, Raj. Okay, sure, don't worry, I'll just ask them to do that, right? Let me check in the meanwhile that if there is a playlist that exists for this one or not. Else anyways, I'll ask the team to do it. Okay, don't worry. Absolutely, don't worry, Tutu Tutu Tara, Tara. We will be doing that, right? Tutu Tara, very nice name that is. So don't worry, we will be doing a session on that also. That is, how do we attempt the reasoning part for grade B? What should be the strategy here, right? Everything. I'll be covering that part also. Don't worry. Raj, there is a particular playlist where you will find all the sessions related to quant reasoning, everything. Right? It's by the name of Mission RBI Grade B 2024 by OB experts. So there are 69 videos in there, and you will see that it comprises of all the classes that we had taken for the first phase, right? So your quant, your reasoning, your any other pattern which is there in phase one has been taken in this particular one. Okay, so there is a Mission RBI Grade B, this one, right? This is from Mission RBI Grade B series. So you will see that there is a playlist particularly for that. Okay, just check it out once in the playlist series. Chalo, I hope everybody has gone through this particular question. Let's see how this particular question is to be done. Let me come back here on the screen. So you can see what has to be done. There are seven persons who are seated in a straight row facing the north, and they are appearing for viva in consecutive slots here, right? So this is a particular question based on slots. The slots are either of 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 1 hour. So you can see there are three types of slots here, right? Either 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 1 hour here. Now there is no gap between two consecutive slots. That means, let's say if one person is ending at 10 a.m., other person has to start at 10 a.m. There is no gap between the consecutive slots here. Okay. Now let's see what is given in this particular thing. Okay, let's try to solve it. B was seated second to the right of the one whose viva ended at 1:30 p.m. Okay, let's write it down. B is second to the right of a person whose viva is ending at 1:30 p.m. Okay, this is the situation here. B is second to the right of this particular person. Okay. After that, what is given? A slot did not end at 1:30 p.m. Okay, so A slot is not ending at 1:30 p.m. here. A was seated third to the right of E. Okay, this is another information. A has to be third to the right of E. So A's slot did not end at 1:30 p.m. That means we know that this person A is not the one whose slot is ending at 1:30 p.m. That is, we actually can say that this person cannot be A here because his slot is the one which is ending at 1:30 here. Okay. Now it is given E's Viva started at 12 p.m. here. So you can see E is this person. So his Viva has to start at 12. Now this can be 12 to 12:30, 12 to 12:45 or 12 to 1 depending on the duration of this particular Viva. Okay, E's Viva started at 12 p.m. After that, E did not have a 30-minute slot. So either E should be a 45-minute, either this should be 45 minutes or a 1 hour slot here, isn't it? Because this is not a 30-minute slot here. E did not have a 30-minute slot. F and D had the same slot duration. Okay, so F and D are having the same slot duration. Whatever is the slot duration for F, it has to be the same for D also. D slot ended at 2:15. Okay, so there is D here whose slot is ending at 2:15 here. Okay, so there is a person D whose slot is ending at 2:15. Now you can see that there is a person whose slot is ending at 1:30, isn't it? You can see there is a person whose slot is ending at 1:30 here. So 1:30 to 2:15, that's a slot duration of 45 minutes. Now this 45 minutes cannot be further broken into two different slots, because 45 minutes means 30 plus 15. But 15 minutes is not a slot duration and we cannot have a gap in between. That means you can understand that this person D should be starting at 1:30 here, isn't it? Because somebody is ending at 1:30. Let's say if somebody is there who is ending at 1:30, that means there has to be somebody who is starting at 1:30, because the slots are consecutive in nature. Okay, now 1:30 to 2:15, you can see this is the only possibility here, because D has to end at 2:15. That means D will be the one actually who is 1:30 to 2:15 here. Okay, so you can understand that D is how much? 45 minutes. 1:30 to 2:15 is 45 minutes. So that means F also has to be 45 minutes in total, right? So that will be the situation here. After that, what is given? Number of persons to the right of F was equal to the number of persons to the left of E. E was somewhere to the left of F, right? So now you can see, let's try it out. Let's see what are the possibilities. Let's try. Okay, there are how many persons in here? 7 persons, right? 7 persons are to be taken here. So let's see. Let's check what are the possibilities here. Okay, chalo. So we have, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let's say we take your E here. If E is here, that means he is starting from 12 onwards, and 1, 2, 3. This will be your A, and in this particular case, this will be your F, right? This is the first possibility that we can have. Similarly, other cases are also there. Let me remove myself just a second. So you can see this is the first case that we can have. Number of persons to the right of F is 0. And number of persons to the left of E is also 0. Let's try another case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let's say we take your E here. So we will have your A here and your F here, right? This is another possibility that we can have 12 to something, isn't it? So you can see this also is done. If consecutive slots were given, this would have been easy to do. Sapna consecutive hi hai. There is no gap between, but we need to find that, okay, how what is the duration of slots for each of them, right? And how do we find it? That is, they are consecutive, but they are not given in a sequence wise. Matlab first from the left is not the first slot, right? That is not necessary. Okay. Similarly, can we have any other possibility? Let's try. Let's write D here. D is 1:30 to 2:15. ये हमें पता है, ठीक है? तो इसको यहाँ से हटा देते हैं, so that we can have space here for another case. Let's see if we have another possibility. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let's say we take your E here. So in this particular case, you will say that A will be here, right? And if we have 2 persons towards the left of E, then we will have 2 persons towards the right of F. So you can see this is the case that we can be getting, right? So this is again 12 to something else, right? So you can see these are the 3 possibilities for your E, A and F. Okay, after that, let's see what is given here. After that, it is said A and only one other person have a slot duration of 1 hour. So we know that A has to be a 1 hour slot duration, right? And there is only one other person apart from A who has a 1 hour slot duration, right? So there are only 2 persons who are having a slot duration of 1 hour. Okay? And we know that D and F are having a slot duration of 45 minutes. Okay? Now let's see what is given. G was seated third to the left of the one whose slot started at 9 a.m. Okay, so G has to be third to the left of 9 a.m. here. Chalo. So G is third to the left of the one whose slot is starting 9 a.m. onwards. C and F have consecutive slots. Okay, C and F have to be consecutive slots. We will use this particular information later. The person whose slot ended at 10:15 was to the immediate right of the one whose slot started at 10:15. D was not neighboring G. A was not seated neighboring B or D. Okay, so you can see here that this A should not be a neighbor of B or D here. Okay, so let's try where we can place this B in the first case, right? Let's say where we can place this B here. Let's try it out. Okay, इसको हटा देते हैं. We know that E has to be either 45 minutes or 1 hour. 45 or 1 hour here. Okay, so let's try it out where we can place this B. Okay, B has to be second to the right of 130, the one who is ending at 130. Let's say B here, you can see B second to the right of 130, not possible because A is not the person who is ending at 130. B cannot be here. Similarly, B cannot be here. B cannot be here because B cannot be a neighbor of A. That means in the first case, you can see you cannot place your B, right? यहाँ पर B को place नहीं कर पाओगे such that he is second to the right of the one who is ending his slot at 130, isn't it? So you can see this particular case is invalid. Okay, so let's try in the second case. Let's see, B cannot be here because B is second to the right of the one who is ending at 130, but A cannot be the one who is ending at 130. B cannot be a neighbor of A, so not possible. So you can see the only possibility is B is here and the one who is ending at 130 is this person. ठीक है, ये हो गया B. चलो थर्ड वाले केस में देखते हैं, वेयर शुड वी हैव योर बी, राइट? बी एट दिस पोजिशन नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज बी कैन नॉट बी अ नेबर ऑफ ए. बी हियर इज द ओनली पॉसिबिलिटी एंड द वन हु इज एंडिंग एट 130 विल बी हियर. ठीक है, so you can see B will be here in this particular case and somebody who is ending at 130 will be here. Okay, I'm saying that they are not going consecutively like first 9 a.m. then 9:30 then 10 then like this. No, 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 no. Absolutely no, Sapna. In that case it would have been very very easy, right? तब तो बहुत direct हो जाता question. फिर तो कुछ करना ही नहीं था, पूरा directly बन जाता है ना. So you can see that we have to find the slot durations here because they are not given in the sequence, isn't it? Left to right sequence में नहीं दे रखा है. So you can see that these are the two possible scenarios that we can have here, isn't it? We also know that G has to be third to the left of the one who is starting at 9. Okay, so let's try कि कहाँ पर हो सकता है G. Okay, let's say in the first case. Also we know that this A was not a neighbor of D, right? So A should not be a neighbor of D. So in the first case, where should we have your D? D cannot be this person because D is the one who is starting at 130 and ending at 215. So D cannot be this person. Similarly, D cannot be this person. So the only possibility will be D here. And this is going to be 130 to 215. Isn't it? This is going to be your D here. Similarly, in this particular case, the second case here, D cannot be a neighbor of A. D cannot be this person. So you can see D has to be this person, 130 to 215. ठीक है, तो ये cases हो गए दोनों. अब let's try to place your G. Okay, let's see where should we place your G here. ठीक है, देखते हैं. So now your G has to be third to the left of the one who is starting from 9 onwards. So you can see G can only be here. So G is third to the left of 9 a.m. starting. So 1, 2, 3, this will be your 9 onwards, isn't it? So ये 9 onwards हो जाएगा. Similarly, in this case also you can see G has to be third to the left of the one who is starting at 9. So this will be your 9 a.m. onwards. Okay. So now who is the only person remaining? You can see only person remaining is your C. So C will be here and C will be here. So ये either of the two cases we are getting here. Okay, you can see either of the two cases we are getting. अब हमारे पास क्या information है? We have this information that is the person whose slot ended at 10:15 was to the immediate right of the one whose slot started at 10:15, right? So somebody whose slot is ending at 10:15. Let's say this person, his slot is ending at 10:15. So he has to be immediate right of the one whose slot is starting at 10:15 here, right? So the person whose slot ended at 10:15 is immediate right of the one who is starting at 10:15. तो ये वाले फर्स्ट वाले केस में देखो, लेट्स सी वेयर शुड वी हैव दिस. द ओनली पॉसिबिलिटी विल बी A and F, isn't it? Because C cannot be the one who is starting at 10:15 here because he is starting at 9. B को कर नहीं सकते 10:15 starting because C cannot be the one ending at 10:15 because 9 to 10:15 will be greater than 1 hour. Not a possible slot duration. So you can see the only possibility will be A and F here. So that means A will be the one who is starting at 10:15 here, right? And we know that A has to be a 1 hour slot duration. ये तो हमें पता था. So that means A has to be 10:15 to 11:15, right? So this is going to be A here, 10:15 to 11:15 a.m. Okay. Similarly, your F has to be the one who is ending at 10:15 here. ठीक है, ये F हो जाएगा जो end कर रहा है 10:15 पे. ठीक है. Similarly, in the second case, again you can see the only possibility will be A and C here. So that means this will be your 10:15 to 11:15. Okay. And your C will be the one who is ending at 10:15 here. ठीक है, C जो है वो 10:15 पे खत्म होने वाला है. ठीक है, let me write it down once again in case we are not able to see. So C is the one. Okay, C का टाइमिंग क्या आ रहा है? C is the one who is ending at 10:15. Okay, we'll try to find what is C here. We do not know right now. So you can see these are the two cases that we are getting. अब एक चीज देखो, you can see that this one is A, right? 10:15 to 11:15. We know that these things are consecutive in nature. Also, we know that C and F have consecutive slots, right? C and F को consecutive slots में जाना है. So that means there should not be any gap between the two. So you can see C is starting at 9 and F is ending at 10:15. So there is one thing that we know here, right? So now let's say 9 to 10, not possible because 10 to 10:15 is not possible. Let's say 9 to 9:30 and 9:30 to 10:15, that's a possibility. Similarly, 9 to 9:45 and 9:45 to 10:15, that's also a possibility. तो हम देखेंगे. So C and F have to be consecutive in nature. ठीक है. Similarly, we know that A is 10:15 to 11:15. अब 11:15 पे कोई खत्म हो रहा है. If somebody is ending at 11:15, that means there has to be somebody who is starting at 11:15 here. Now, who can be the only person to start at 11:15? You can see the only person to start at 11:15 will be your B here, isn't it? So in this particular case, this will be your 11:15, isn't it? So you can see this is your 11:15 here. Now you can see that E is the one who is starting at 12, isn't it? E is starting at 12 here. So 11:15 to 12 is a 45-minute slot duration. You cannot further divide this duration into two different slots. That means B has to be 11:15 to 12, isn't it? Because the slots have to be consecutive in nature, है ना? So you can see this is going to be 11:15 to 12. अब E देखो, उसके बाद देखो what is getting for E here, 12 to something, right? So next timing देखो क्या आ रहा है, 12 to, it may be 1, it may be 1:30, we do not know right now. So you can see 12 to 1:30 we have to cover, right? This is your E starting at 12 and this is your D starting at 1:30. We need to cover the duration here. It may be possible that we have a 12 to 1 and then we have 1 to 1:30, right? That's a possibility. Similarly, it can be 12 to 12:30 and then we have 12:30 to 1:30. That's also a possibility. Now we know that E has to be a slot duration of 45 minutes or 1 hour. So let's say we take 12 to 12:45. So if this is 12 to 12:45, the next should be 12:45 to 1:30 and G will be 12:45 to 1:30, no problem. Similarly, अगर E को 1 hour लिया, so 12 to 1, and if 12 to 1 is there, then G will be 1 to 1:30, right? So you can see that's a possibility. Also, we know that D and F have to be 45 minutes duration. So you can see D is already 45. So F also has to be 45. So if it is 10:15, F is 10:15 here. So that means if it is a 45 minute slot duration, it must be starting at 9:30 here, isn't it? 9:30 to 10:15 is a slot duration of 45 minutes. So you can see 9:30 to 10:15 हो जाएगा. I hope everybody is getting the arrangement here, guys. ठीक है? तो अगर something is starting at 9:30, there should be something ending at 9:30 also. You can see C can be the one which is covering the distance from 9 to 9:30. So you can see this is your 9 to 9:30 here. So now you can see we have C which is 9 to 9:30. Then F is 9:30 to 10:15. A is 10:15 to 11:15. B is 11:15 to 12. E can be 12 to something. Then G is there. And after G you have your D. Isn't it? So you can see absolutely this is a possible scenario, but we have to have a slot duration which is of 1 hour, right? You can see which are the ones which are of 1 hour here. यहाँ पर कौन-कौन से कितने durations के? Let's write it down also. Okay. So let's see what is the duration of each of them. You can see this is a slot duration of 45 minutes. This is a slot duration of 30 minutes. This is again a slot duration of 30 minutes here. 10:50. No, sorry, 1 hour here. Isn't it? This is a 1 hour slot duration. So this is your 1 hour here. F is how much? Again 45 minutes. D is how much? Again 45 minutes, right? So these are the slot durations. Now between G and E, one of them has to be again a 1 hour slot. Now which is the 1 hour slot? Let's say you take G as 1 hour slot. So that means it should be 1:30 to 12:30 to 1:30. That's a possibility, right? So you can have G as 12:30 to 1:30. That means there should be something which is ending at 12:30 and E can be 12:30 here. That is 12 to 12:30. Let's say if E is a one, this one, that is E is a 1 hour slot. So E is 1 hour slot, that means E is 12 to 1. And we can have G as 1 to 1:30, right? That's also a possibility. Now, do we have any other information which gives that whether we have a G or a E as 1 hour slot duration? कहीं पर कोई और information है जो हमने miss करी है, that how do we determine that which is 1 hour, which is a 30 minutes? Because you can see we have to cover the duration from 12 to 1:30, right? So that means you can see this is a gap of 90 minutes. 12 to 1:30 is 90. That means the division has to be one of 30 minutes, another of 1 hour, isn't it? And one of them has to be definitely 1 hour, because we know that there is only A and one other information, one other person who is having a slot of 1 hour here. है ना? So you can see either of them can be the one. अच्छा, ये वाला भी एक बार चेक कर लो, कहीं इसमें भी तो हमें नहीं मिल रहा है. That is, can we have a possibility here? Now you can see that in this particular case, F is 9 a.m. onwards, right? So F is 9 a.m. onwards. That means it has to be 9 to 9:45, because we know that this has to be a 45-minute slot duration. Why? Because D was also a 45-minute slot duration, isn't it? So ये 45 and 9:45, that means something must be starting at 9:45 here, isn't it? So which is the only possibility to start at 9:45? You can see C will be the one which is 9:45, right? Because it is ending at 10:15 here. So this will be your 9:45 to 10:15 for C. ठीक है, तो C हो गया. So now you can see that F and C are consecutive in nature. 9 to 9:45, 9:45 to 10:15, no issues at all. ठीक है. अब अगर 10:15, you can see then A is there 10:15 to 11:15. That's also fine. That means something must be starting 11:15 onwards. So you can see here that this will be your 11:15 onwards, and 11:15 to कितना जाएगा? 12 जाएगा. So this is going to be 11:15 to 12, right? And then we have your 12 to something, and then we have your G again, right? So which of the following should be the right one? इन दोनों में से कौन सा सही होगा? Let's quickly check it out, right? So here you can see, let's try it out. Let's see that which of the following should be the right information, right arrangement here. So now we have B was seated second to the right of 1:30. So you can see B is second to the right of 1:30. That is fine. Then A slot did not end at 1:30. You can see in neither of the cases A slot is ending at 1:30. A was seated third to the right of E. So you can see A is third to the right of E. That is happening here. E's Viva started at 12. So yes, that is fine. E did not have a 30-minute slot duration. You can see, okay, 45 minutes or 1 hour. Okay. After that, F and D had the same slot duration. So you can see in either of the situations, both of them are having a 45-minute slot duration. So koi problem nahi hai. D slot ended at 2:15. So you can see D slot is ending at 2:15 in both the cases. Number of persons, right? Sri Lakshmi, very good morning. Number of persons to the right of F was equal to number of persons to the left of E. So you can see in the first case, we have one person here, one person here. Second case, we have two persons to the left of E, two persons to the right of F. That is fine. A and only one other person has a slot duration of 1 hour. Okay, so we have two persons for 1 hour. G was third to the left of 9 a.m. So you can see G has to be third to the left of 9 a.m. That is also fine. C and F have consecutive slots. You can see in either of the situations, C and F are consecutive, 9 to 9:45, 9:45 to 10:15. Here it is 9 to 9:30 and 9:30 to 10:15. No issues. The person whose slot ended at 10:15 was to the immediate right of one who is starting at 10:15. D was not neighboring G. So in this case, you can see in the second case, actually, you can see D is neighboring G, isn't it? So that is how you can eliminate this one. So that means first one will be the valid case here. D should not be a neighbor of G. So you can see the first will be the valid one, right? Now you can see that either of the two cases, right? You can see here that this is 1:30, 12 to 1:30. That is a total of 90 minutes. Now this 90 minutes, one of them has to be 1 hour for sure, because we know that A and only one other person is 1 hour. So one of them has to be definitely 1 hour. That means other should be 30 minutes here. Now we know that E cannot be 30 minutes. That means G should be 30 minutes here. So it has to be 1 hour, right? So 1 to 1:30 will be for G. And similarly, E will be your 12 to 1. That is going to be 60 minutes here. So this is 1 hour here. And this is going to be 30 minutes here. Are we clear with this particular question, guys? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Is it clear that how did we find it? ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? आर वी क्लियर? So you can see, yes, there was a particular type that we found it very, very tricky, right? Because these are not consecutive slots which are given from left to right. So we have to find that where should we start from, right? तो हम कहाँ से शुरू करें? That is again a question. And similarly, to find the arrangement consecutively, yes, we have to do that, isn't it? I hope this is clear. Chalo, next question very quickly on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Let's try some logs. Let's see. Chalo, try this out. Let's check it out. What should be the answer? So here you have to tell me out of these options, in which of the following options is the third a conclusion which can be definitely derived from the first two when taken as a statement. So when you take the first two as statements, can third be derived as a definite conclusion? So in which of the following that is happening? Okay. So let's try. Let's see. Like let's say if you take B, C and E, that means you are saying some planes are linear and some triangles are plane. So you can see the variables that you use are plane, linear, triangle and plane, right? So we are not having a collinear when we take your B and C. But in E, you can see some planes are collinear. This is a new variable that was not there in the statements. That means B, C and E cannot be the one that we are looking forward to, right? So when you take B and C, E cannot be a definite conclusion. It will become a possibility because collinear is not there in B and C. But it is not a definite conclusion. You have to tell out of the options which of the following is such that when the first two are taken as a statement, the third is a automatically derived definite conclusion. Okay, so first is eliminated. Now check for B, C and D. Let's see. Chalo, let's check B. Right? EAC. That is when you take E here and A here, can C be a definite conclusion? So some planes are collinear. All collinear are triangles. Some triangles are plane. Right? Let's try this. Some planes are collinear. Okay, this is your plane. This is your collinear. That is E. Let's add the first one. That is all collinear are triangles. So we have all collinear are triangle. Do we have the C part here, that is some triangles are plane? You can see absolutely some triangles are plane will become automatically true here. That means we are saying that EA when taken together, that is when you take the E part and A part, C automatically becomes the conclusion here, isn't it? So EAC would be the right answer. Okay. I hope this is clear everybody that what needs to be done. Next question on your screen again on Syllogs. Let's try it out. Let's see. Anybody? What should be the answer here? This is a filler based question on Syllogs. Therefore, you can see that we have two conclusions given, and in the set of statements we have a blank here. Okay, so we have to find that what should be the relation between tools and skills so that these two conclusions become definitely true. So first let's draw the statement which is there completely, that is, let's say some skills are object, right? So we know for sure that there are some skills which are objects here, right? That's for definite here. Now what should be the relation between tools and skills so that these two conclusions are definitely true? That is, at least some objects are skills. You can see yes, that is anyways true from the second statement. So that means we have to find this one, right? Some tools can never be skills. That means there has to be a specific portion of tools which should never be a part of skills. Okay, let's say we take only a few. That means only a few tools are skills. That means some tools are skills, and there is a specific portion of tools which will never be skills, isn't it? So in that particular scenario, you will see that the second conclusion becomes true. Some tools can never be skills because this portion of tools can never be a part of skills. That means only a few is absolutely possible. That means you take only a few in the blank space, that is fine. Okay. Second says some, that is some tools are skills. If you have some tools are skills, there will be nothing which is negative in nature. All the statements will be positive. So no conclusion can be definite negative. That means some is not the right answer. Let's say we take your no here, that is no tools are skills. Okay, so if no tools are skills is true, some tools are not skills is automatically true, because the universal is true, its particular format is always true, isn't it? So you can see that this is also possible. So that means the answer has to be either 1 or 3. So that is option number C. Absolutely RV. I hope this is clear, everybody. Okay, so the answer here will be option number C. Chalo. Next question, very quickly for your homework. Okay, so this has to be done in the home, and this will be the first question that we will be discussing on Wednesday as the first one. Okay, so try this out as your homework, guys. Isko homework ki tarah se try karna, and this will be the first question that we will discuss on Wednesday, and we will see whether you got it right or not. Okay, chalo, I hope you found this class today useful. In case you have any doubts, always feel free to reach out to me on the channel, that is Reasoning by Nikita 01. Okay, so you can tag me here, Reasoning by Nikita Nikita 01. Okay, so this is the channel name. You guys can find it on Telegram. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular session. And guys, please remember, every Monday and Wednesday we are having these sessions at 10 a.m. Okay, so Monday and Wednesday we are having the sessions at 10 a.m. Please do not forget to tune in, because this is going to be very important for your upcoming RBI Grade B. If you want to do good in the phase 1, reasoning has to be mastered in here, because 60 marks will be there. And also I'll be putting in some concept videos also, and some other videos for the strategy sessions as well. Some of you has been asking for the strategy sessions, so in the coming days I'll be putting out some videos for the strategy session as well. That is, how should you attempt the complete 60 questions, what should be the strategy, which questions to do, which questions to leave, right? So some on that particular field also I'll be doing in the coming days. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular session. In case you have any doubts, feel free to talk to me on this particular channel. I'll be happy to help you out with it. Okay, so thank you, guys. Do not forget to like the session. तो अगर अभी तक session को like नहीं किया तो like भी कर दो. Okay, so चलो, I'll see you on Wednesday, that is day after tomorrow, with another session. Please take care, stay safe, have a great day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.